Der Glöckner von Speyer hat blecherne Eier. Was glaubt ihr, wie das klimpert, wenn der einmal pimpert? Holla-di-hi, holla-di-ho, holla-di-ho.
On April 28, right after breakfast, the Viking-Gefion arrived in Mannheim, so we could disembark for our journey to Heidelberg. As the tour bus drove through Mannheim, we got to see the John Deere manufacturing plant, the biggest manufacturer of agricultural machinery in Germany, and the SAP Arena, primarily used for ice hockey and handball. The SAP Arena is one of the largest in Germany and one of the most high-tech in Europe. Later, when the bus was driving us to Speyer, we saw part of the Technical Museum's exhibition that pulls more than 500,000 visitors per year. After we enjoyed a light lunch on board the Viking-Gefion, I went on to the walking tour of Speyer, the site of a Roman military camp in 10 BC, making it one of Germany's oldest cities. In this one-time toll and administration building for the pontoon bridge that stood here from 1865 until 1938, the boat builders, skippers, and fishermen's society members are currently displaying ship models and ship's hardware that they have in their possession. It is intended to help preserve local history and tradition. Following are pictures of sculptures adorning the Dome Garden, a big park around the Spire Cathedral.
Da droben auf dem Berg, da steht mein Freund Franz, der hat einen unheimlich großen Hund. Holla-di-hi, holla-di-ho, holla-di-hopsassa, holla-di-ho, holla-di.
Remainders of the medieval walls built around the year 1281. Today, Speyer is dominated by the cathedral, one of Germany's largest and most important Romanesque buildings. The Mount of Olives was previously the centerpiece of the cathedral's cloister. During the 19th century, Gottfried Rhine created the array of figures seen here today. The original 15th century sculpture that had been here was mostly destroyed and eventually replaced with Rhine's figures. Begun in 1030, the imposing triple-aisled vaulted basilica of red sandstone is the culmination of a design which was extremely influential in the subsequent development of Romanesque architecture during the 11th and 12th centuries. This large bowl is known as Dom Naf. Each new bishop on his election had to fill the bowl with wine, while the burghers emptied it to his health. In 1981, the cathedral was added to the UNESCO World Heritage List of culturally important sites as a major monument of Romanesque art in the German Empire. Let's enjoy its interior. The Historical Museum of the Palatinate has a collection of about 1 million artifacts, the oldest being an approximately 190,000-year-old hand axe. The museum is among the most important in Germany and is one of the major attractions in Speyer. Maximilian Street is the main shopping street of the city of Speyer and the former boulevard Via Triumphalis of the old imperial city. It is anchored at each end by the cathedral and the old gate. The elegant Stadthouse, built in the early 20th century in neo-Baroque style. One cannot miss this sculpture of a Jacob Pilgrim donated by the city of Speyer in homage of the countless pilgrims on the Camino de Santiago. After the Great City Fire of 1689, the Trinity Church was built between 1701 and 1717. It is the oldest of the 5 Protestant churches in Speyer. The church is regarded today as a jewel of the Baroque. The new store at the market has stood since 1748 on the site of the old mint. This fountain, topped by a sculpture of Saint George and the Dragon, is Speyer's First World War memorial. The old gate is the medieval West City Gate of Speyer. That is one of the original 68 towers in the old walls and gates. Today it is one of the largest, 55 meters high, and most architecturally significant of the remaining city gates in Germany. Then it was time to walk back to the Viking Gefion for a taste of Germany, featuring local German favorites and local music.
Super, and then over there. 1, 2, 3, super.
There you go.